There they are. All hiding away from the terrible weather that we're experiencing today. Wasn't that precious? All the little cubs huddled up together to try and keep nice and warm. And that's something we haven't really been seeing over the last couple of weeks because it's been so hot. It's quite nice to see them when they huddle up like that. Now, I must tell you, this morning I only counted 7 cubs. I don't know where the 8th one is, and the last time I saw the Nkuhumas, all 8 cubs were around. But we're also missing 2 lionesses, so maybe one of the cubs could be with one of the other lionesses. I'm uncertain. But we won't know until the entire pride is back together again. But remember, I'm not saying that anything has happened because I have absolutely no idea. I'm only really just speculating. Is that lion cubs only really have about a 60% chance of making it towards adulthood. So the fact that we've seen 8 of them get so far in life already has been quite spectacular. We'll just have to see what happens. Let me just count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I can still only see 7 cubs. There's another one. You can probably only count 6, but there's another cub that's being groomed by a lioness off to the far left, but it's very difficult to see because they're behind some trees. But we'll keep positive though, and hopefully we will find the rest. There's one missing little cub when the whole pride reunites again. But to me, that is just absolutely precious. Now, we were chatting about how Brent and Jamie said that they saw the lions trying to take down a hippo quite late last night in front of where they live. They said they obviously weren't successful though. And Anna-Marie, you were wondering if they made a kill. So I think other than that attempt where they did try to take down that hippo, I don't think they were successful at all. And what we will do is once we've done over here, we'll probably go back around to where we've been seeing them. We had that buffalo carcass on Wahlberg's junction with Twin Dams, and maybe we'll go and have a look around there. Now, Amber, you're also wondering how many lions it would take to take down a hippo. That would depend on the size of the hippo. If it's that bull that we've been seeing in the pan where the dam cam is, well then, it's quite a young boy, but strong and not small. I reckon a few more lions. I reckon if they had about 10 lions, they'd probably be able to bring it down. That would be a fair amount of size because that hippo is so strong. It can't necessarily run away quickly like maybe something like a kudu or a buffalo could. Because there's so much surface area on a hippo, you might find that more than one lion would jump on the back, and that would, of course, slow it down. But to try and get that hippopotamus down onto the ground and to try and suffocate it is a completely different story. So it's a very, very difficult meal. And I believe my parents are actually just in the Kruger National Park, and they said they just missed a male lion taking down a baby hippo. Now, Charles, you were also thinking, and I love these questions about the hippos, you were saying, would they be able to take down a hippo in the water? Once again, it depends on their size, and I suppose it's also got to do with their health condition. If it was a hippo that was weakened severely by the drought conditions, it would probably be much easier to take down. Oh, look how sweet this is. My favorite little girl getting in there to try and keep nice and warm. Now, I have seen it before where lions will go in the water to go and sort of fish their prey out, so whether it's a kudu or something inside, but up in this area it doesn't seem to be as common. You know, the lions aren't as well adapted to the water like the lions in the Delta and Botswana are. Obviously they have to live with the conditions of crossing channels every single day of their life, so they become quite used to it. These lions, well, I've seen it where they'd prefer to walk the scenic way around than cross a big puddle of water. But that's just the lions in this particular area. But they may, if they were desperate and they were hungry, and there was a hippo in the shallows that was quite weak or maybe injured, they definitely go for it and try and drag it out. But at the moment, we haven't really seen the Ngahumas desperately trying to eat anything, seen as though there's such an abundance of prey around that have been weakened. But that's going to change. Just wait until we have proper rain and all the grass has come through quite nicely. So I reckon around February, these lions are going to have a challenge ahead of them. But it's only fair. It's only fair that the herbivores and the prey species also have a chance to come back again. And that's what's so wonderful about nature, is that everything has its day and has its chance to make a comeback. And this is a really great spot that they've got here. They're hiding in and amongst these smaller shrubs, which is providing lots of shelter from the wind. It's quite unpleasant. And if it gets any worse, then they can just dip down into the drainage line, well, and then they'll be out of the wind completely.